Hello everyone. In this video, we'll discuss about what are the Azure services you have used in your products. So this is one of the important interview questions where interviewer will ask, wanted to check with you that what are the different services you have used when you worked with the products. So any web applications or any product you design or develop, it needs a few services which is used as a database, API, jobs, or certain integration mechanism, development, deployment, as well as monitoring aspect of the applications. So let's talk about some of the common services which is used for the application development, deployment, as well as monitoring of the applications. Any web applications or any APIs, you need Azure App Services to deploy the applications into Azure. Azure App Services is a HTTP-based services for hosting web applications, REST API, and mobile backends. You may use web apps, API apps, or logic apps for business integrations, automations, or sharing data across cloud platforms. The second service is Azure Storage to store any sort of data like audios, videos, image, files, any sort of data you need a storage. Azure Storage gives us the facility to store different sort of data. In the Azure Storage, there are features like file storage, blob storage, table storage, and queue storage where different type of data can be stored. Any applications you want to achieve certain business goal, it needs certain database services like RDBMS, which is used to store relational data for the business to hold the business data. Azure SQL is the services which provides that facility to store the data. It is basically a fully managed database engine that handles most of the database management functions such as upgrading, patching, backup, monitoring without user involvement. Next services is the Azure Virtual Machine. If you wanted to run certain applications on similar to the on-premise to deploy certain services, certain applications, Azure VM provides that option. Azure VM is an on-demand, scalable, and computer resource that is available on the Azure. Virtual machines are generally used to host the applications when developer wanted to have more control on the computing environment rather than depending on the Azure. Next is the Azure Functions. Azure Functions is basically used to run background tasks, certain operations which integrate the applications between different entities. Azure Function is a serverless solutions that allows to write less code, maintain less infrastructures, and save on cost. Instead of worrying about deploying or maintaining the servers, the Azure provide all the up-to-date resources needed to keep the applications running. Next services is Azure Cosmos DB. Every applications nowadays has the relational data as well as the non-relational data, which is NoSQL data. So Azure Cosmos DB provide NoSQL database, which is used to store non-structured data in the Azure. It supports JSON data, flexible and high available and auto-scaling features are there in the Azure Cosmos DB. Next is the Azure Service Bus. Azure Service Bus is used to integrate different applications, different components. It's a fully managed message broker with message queues and publish subscriber mechanism through which you can integrate the applications and services, providing highly decoupled architectures of different systems. You may need to write certain components, job, which are integrated using Azure Service Bus, wherein you wanted to write certain components or the certain jobs which will integrate your web applications, your job, your databases. Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is one of the cloud-based identity and access management services which helps to achieve single sign-on to the employees and access to different resources such as Office 365, Azure Portal, and thousands of other SaaS-based applications in your organization. So for applications which require access, you wanted to provide single sign-on mechanism, single access for different products, different applications. Azure Active Directory provides the features data migration mechanism to achieve it very easily. Next services is Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault is the service which is used to store the secret data across the application. Uh, when you run the applications, you must have a lot of secret keys such as API keys, database credential, password, certificates, and the cryptographic keys. Azure Key Vault services is used to store this credential, secret credential, and you can run it, you can store it and read it whenever you have to use it in the applications. Azure Application Insight. It is one of the services which is used to monitoring the applications. Application Insight is a service to monitor the application health, server performance. It can monitor and analyze telemetry data from mobile apps by integrating with Visual Studio App Centers. The server performance, how the application is performing, that is very easily can be integrated with Azure Application Insight. Last and not the least, Azure DevOps, which is used as a service which can be used for continuous integrations and continuous deployment across the development teams. It is one of the services which is used by the team to integrate the applications. These are some of the services which is used in the application team or the applications products in the Azure. There are other services, but these are some of the major services which almost all applications use it. Thanks for watching.